Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. So we're at the convent this morning and we have a huge project planned for today. See that wall behind me? We plan to take that down. So it's just Yanis and I this morning. Simon's running a little bit late. Hopefully he turns up later. So let's crack on. Good morning Yanis.
Good morning Billy, good morning everyone.
So this morning Yanis, we are taking down this wall.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Ouais.
Good idea?
Bien sûr.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's crack on.
Carrément.
So Yanis is currently on the lift and he's just cleaning off the beam first so we can see what it looks like, and then once that's completely cleared off we'll be working our way down the wall, removing all the plaster, all of the old battens and most of the infill. So Yanis has discovered a massive crack in the old beam, and that's probably most likely why it's sagging. C'est une fissure en français?
Une fissure.
Fissure ou fracture?
Fracture.
Fissure.
And fissure is similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's most likely why the beam has gone like that, and then they're putting an interior wall in, maybe to support it at a later stage. But anyway, we're going to crack on now and remove the rest of this wall. Yeah, doing a good job, Yanis.
You're welcome, Billy.
Good morning, Simon.
Good morning.
How's it going, mate?
Yes, fine.
A little bit late this morning.
Yeah, I had to do something important this morning. I'm here now.
Didn't have an hangover,
So-
did you?
No. No. So I see you expose that and there's a big crack in it.
Yeah.
Well, not a big crack, but maybe
Yeah.
it's a superficial crack, but you can definitely notice a crack there, can't you?
Yeah. I'd definitely say it's definitely like a stress point of the beam, right in the centre.
Yeah.
And thankfully the ones in the kitchen aren't like that, even though they're not as bowed as this, but they are bowed. But I mean, you'd be bowed if you were
Well,
or you'd be bowed or you'd be saggy after 250 years, wouldn't
yeah,
you?
especially all that weight on top of you would be, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's quite funny because we're exposing essentially the same version of what we're putting on this side, but it's just made of oak rather than pine, and it's probably a lot better quality.
And obviously we're using modern techniques, aren't we? Where they didn't have, they didn't have sheets of plasterboard then to put on there.
No, so they used the slats or the battens, the lathes, and then infilled it, yeah. So essentially, the infill is like what we're using these days, but for insulation.
Yeah, exactly.
Soundproofing, and then the lathes are literally just keeping on the plaster.
That's right.
On keeping the infill in as well. So it's exactly the same sort of technique, but just different materials.
That's right.
So we're going to get, well, we've done above the doorway now, so we're going to start on the left side, I would suggest, Simon.
Yeah.
And then once that's all down, we'll do that side.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a good old look at
It's
it.
amazing how much straw they put in this.
Yeah.
When you look at that, I mean, there's a real lot of straw. I mean, it's literally bundles of straw, isn't it, that they put in there.
There's a lot of straw in that. But that's what made it strong.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, and that, like you said, that's probably a couple of 100 years old.
Yeah.
And it's still on the wall.
Yeah. So what have you found up here, Simon?
Well, what we got? We've got the void in here.
Yeah.
And I believe it goes above the, let's take that off, people can hear me. I believe it goes above that full ceiling that's in there.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be interesting. We've just pulled some of them out.
Oh, yeah.
You can have a look, see if there's anything above the ceiling.
Brilliant
I mean,
idea.
it may not be, but put my mask back on, just to lift it.
So you've made the hole, Simon, and you've got a torch.
Yeah, I thought we'd just have a look in there.
That's it.
Oh, there's a big, massive steel beam.
I can see an RSJ.
And there's another beam there as well.
So there's a huge RSJ. Oh no.
That's going to be fun if you want to take that ceiling down.
Yeah, let me try and focus so people can see. Wow. Zoom in a bit. Yep, so there's a huge RSJ picking up that beam. Maybe there's one on the other side of it as well.
Could well be.
And then around there, yeah. Well, that's interesting. You can see above the window as well. And they've put in a concrete lintel.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a timber one at one point and it had rotten.
It just perished maybe, yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting, Simon.
Well, there's no treasure in there.
Isn't there?
Not that I can see, no, unfortunately.
What a shame.
So I can get this back.
Okay.
Just this bit.
Great job there, Simon. So between the three of us, we managed to get all of that down.
Yeah.
Should we talk about this corner quickly?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we got down to this point, and so I've put the hammer behind it, just thinking it was coming off. But behind it is a block wall that they built up in there.
Yeah, so there's a block wall, everyone. So we can't remove that with just a hammer. So we'll have to bring the jackhammer back from the chateau.
And we were trying to work out what this bit would have been for. Mm-hmm. It's unusual. It's just a square opening.
Well, I thought that's probably a serving hatch, and that could have possibly been for like food on a trolley, maybe.
Yeah, could have been.
Because the convent could have had kitchen staff. Well, I don't know, but
yeah,
it's just unusual that there would be a big opening, and possibly at one point there were doors on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been doors.
That's the best guess I can come up with. The other side as well has got a bit of concrete over the top of the plaster, so it's quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah, and what they've done with this side is as well, they put chicken wire on it first to hold the render on, and then they've rendered over it.
Yeah.
And it's really quite hard to get off.
Yeah.
But what I think may be possible, if we take that side off and get all them bricks out, we can hit it back that way.
Yeah.
Rather fighting it against the beams.
Yeah. And then the other side, Simon.
Yeah.
We'll explain what we're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah, so what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to take all this panelling down.
So this panelling has been butchered.
Yeah.
It looks actually really nice on camera, but it's really not in person.
No, it's not. I mean, that's just a bit of plywood there.
Yeah, this is just old plywood, and it's all mismatched. So yeah, we're not going to keep that. We're going to remove that tomorrow. We'll remove all the lavas and plaster this side, because we need to pick up the bottom of that beam with very, very, very solid stud work.
That's right.
And not that side stud work. We need to get some bigger timbers.
Yeah.
Because that small wall, or the small timbers that are holding that beam up, really aren't suitable.
Yeah, they're not really doing a great job, are they?
So
we'll have to cut a piece of the ceiling out also, won't we?
yeah. So the general consensus between the three of us is we keep this wall, but leave it exposed, and do something a little bit like, if I can get my phone out, will that load? Got to tap it with my nose. Okay, something a little bit like that. So you see the exposed timbers, and it's plastered between, a bit like the ceiling. What do you think, Simon?
I think that will look nice.
Yeah.
It will show an original feature as well, won't it? Especially if this is going to be the office as well.
Because that wall's not really doing anything. No. So it's more decorative if we leave it and just have it sandblasted, plastered between, and then actually pick the beam up with proper stud work behind that.
Yeah.
Because this room's going to be a little bit plain now that we're covering up the stone wall. So maybe it's worth doing it to this wall.
Yeah, I think so.
And leaving this more as a feature.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, if the people can imagine what the ceiling looks like, that's what that will look like, won't it? With just the beams there.
So it'll be a bit like the ceiling on a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be a nice feature to have.
It would be, mate.
Especially if this is, it's going to be the reception area where people will come straight through the entrance, straight into here, and they'll see it, won't they?
Yeah, they will.
It'll look nice.
So thanks a lot for your help today, mate. I really appreciate it.
You're quite welcome.
Merci, Yanis.
You're welcome, Billy.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Brilliant. So I'll see you all tomorrow.